Croeso I podlediad Video Politics Cymru. Hello, welcome to Politics Cymru's second video podcast, coming at you this week from the Gwdihŵ bar in Cardiff. First things first, we'd like to say thank you very much. Diolch yn fawr iawn I Gwdihŵ am caniatáu I ni ffilmio yma. Thanks very much for letting us film. And of course, thank you very much for you guys and your contributions to last week's vodcast. It was good, wasn't it?
Brilliant.
Yeah,
keep on coming.
Yeah, we're really chuffed with the feedback, and so if you can keep that up and that, that conversation, that trafodaeth,
That's all we want, isn't it? We want feedback.
So thank you very much for that. But I suppose for this week, first things first, hello I Bethan Powys.
Hello.
Yvonne Roderick.
Hello.
I Nick Speed.
Hello, Nick.
Hello I couple of regulars, so some of our regulars, Anna Glynn and Joe Shelley.
Hello.
Big hello to you two. Quite a lot for us to talk about this week then.
Loads, once again.
This was the first thing we were going to talk about, is we were there at the press briefing on Tuesday where they announced the death, as it were, of the housing elco and the creation of a new one. So what do we make of all this housing elco lark?
It's not a big surprise, really, is it? I mean, it's been a few months now since the House of Lords effectively killed off the housing elco. They said that it wasn't legal as it was, with the veto in there and all that. So it's not a big surprise that this has come about. Now they've introduced this new elco. Whether or not that will see it through the whole course, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, it's been struggling for a while, isn't it? It's no big surprise. It's been floundering. It's like a little dog, sort of begging for help in a river, floundering away, and now it's drowned.
It reminds me somewhat of West Bromwich Albion attempt to stay in the Premiership this year. Dewi, I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Brave and gallant attempt.
Brave and gallant attempt, but ultimately not successful.
No. But it raises questions once again, though, about the sort of effectiveness of this elco system.
Even I'm starting to get sick of talking about elcos, which is saying something, frankly. But what do you think of Andrew Davis's point that I asked him on Tuesday? Isn't this just a proof of the system working? And he seemed to agree. He thinks that in organisations you have difficulties and disagreements. So is that true? Is this just the system working?
He's trying to put a positive spin on it. He says, as you say, that this is evidence that the system is working. I think it's not it goes against the spirit, I think, of the 2006 Government of Wales Act. You're the expert here, you've told us what it all means.
I'm the expert.
But surely the Westminster are only supposed to give the nod, or otherwise, yay or nay, rather than getting involved in this consultation process.
Then I suppose you could argue, then what is the point of having the Westminster element of it at all? There is supposed to be some extent of consultation with these guys.
And so perhaps an interesting perspective, though, is that there might be tensions, not just between the Assembly and the Welsh Affairs Select Committee, but within the Welsh Assembly Select Committee themselves, because there's talk of Alan Michael being a man who says that an elco should say exactly what it does on the tin for a measure. Then you get others saying that it should be, this broad brush approach. So perhaps there's tensions there as well.
That's true, yeah. But I think it's all, again, part of the democratic process, I suppose. That this is what you get in a democratic system, is that there is levels of bureaucracy and it has to go through all of these different processes.
Yeah, I think the key, though, and what will interest the people of Wales, and what is of most concern to the people of Wales, is who is it that should make the final decision? Who is it that should be governing the people of Wales?
Do you know what? Actually, the big thing that's going to be concerning people of Wales is when the hell are they going to get their houses built? When are these?
Yeah, exactly. There's the policy issue here of affordable housing for people in Wales. Now, the Assembly feel that they need an elco to do that. Is it more fun, right? Brilliant. Well, obviously, I attract all sorts of family animals, including insects. Are they going to get the affordable houses that that they need by the end of this term? By the looks of it, probably not. Because if you think now, July is they told us on Tuesday, July is when the new sort of housing elco will be brought forward for legislative, procedure. It's going to take another 2 years.
Well, we break for summer. That's going to take a while before
on hold again.
People need their affordable housing today, don't they?
Again, I think it underlines the cumbersome nature and the awkwardness of this elco system.
Right. Well, we could spend a lot talking about it because we usually do. We're more likely to go back to it, right? But we need to break there and move on to a second topic. But firstly, a quiz. The quiz is back. Don't you worry, I've not forgotten about the quiz. I know you're all panicking. Is there a quiz? There is a quiz. Dewi is the incumbent. He's holding the title as it was quiz champion. Now,
hang on. Surely there's a leaderboard.
There's not a leaderboard. It's week by week knockout basis, right?
Oh.
Now, the Coleman Commission's come out talking about devolution in Scotland and about, should be more powers and tax raising powers and stuff in Scotland. So I thought we'd have a Scottish quiz for you this week, right? So, first question.
Is Scottish blood in you?
There is a bit, actually.
I bet there is, actually, yeah.
No dodgy Scottish accents, please, for the answers to these questions. Now, before 1999, there was another Scottish Parliament, but when was it dissolved? Stop looking at the answers, you little cheating. Like 1897, 1492, 1707, or 1314.
1707. Oh!
1707 is the correct answer. So
We got our Scottish politics.
points shared there.
Politics album.
Do you want me to tell you who the monarch was at the time?
No.
Okay.
I sense that Dewi Tree has some knowledge here that he's not sharing with us. Second issue of the
Allowed to
week.
share.
Tories scrapping free prescriptions for all. This big marquee policy, the Welsh Assembly government, everybody's allowed free prescriptions. They say that they get rid of it. Thoughts?
It is the big flagship policy. It's one of the things that people notice that the Welsh Assembly government has done because it affects their lives from day to day. But I can also understand Nick Bourne's point here. I mean, we're in the middle of a recession, times are tight, money's tight. I can understand that they don't want to be spending all this money on free prescriptions.
There's going to be a lot of public sector spending cuts over the next few years. It's going to be across the board. It's going to be across England and Wales and Scotland and everywhere. And I think that this was fairly inevitable, really.
Yeah, I was going to say this isn't much of a surprise, surely. I mean, the Conservative Party are always against, smaller government, and and they don't like, the hand of government extending too far. Surely this is just a natural policy for them to support.
Definitely, and there's obviously an element of some political point scoring, I think, going on as well. But no, I think it's with good intentions. It was inevitable, as Dewi Tree says, and it was just a matter of time, especially given the hard times that this came out.
Yeah, you've got to remember as well, they're not scrapping free prescriptions across the board, they're scrapping free prescriptions for those who
means
can't.
tested.
Yeah,
Then.
means
Right, second question on Scotland.
Here we go.
Right, MSPs
Yeah.
vote in Holyrood by walking through two different corridors. Well, you cheaters! I can't trust you. I can't trust you. So I'm going to throw you. Right, MSPs vote by walking through two different corridors. True or false? They vote by walking through corridors.
It's a nice idea.
True
I like
or false?
that idea. I'm going to go with true.
I'm going to go with false, because I think that's roughly what they do in Westminster.
He's right. He's pulling ahead. It's false. That's how it works.
I don't like these video
There's a video
podcasts.
podcast, it's only working.
Putting Dewi 2 off his game. That's what's happening. Off his game. Look at him. He's got it. He's so upset.
There must be another question coming up.
Oh, there's one more. There's one more for you to pull back for the draw. Right, just finally, expenses have now been announced, by Parliament. Is there any more legs in this story, or have we seen the end of it?
We saw Kitty Usher resigning this week, so that, I've been looking through the expenses a little bit today, in my free time.
Because that's what you like to do.
There are hundreds upon hundreds of pages for every single MP. It's going to take me a little while, but I might dig our story,
What's interesting though, I mean, everybody was saying, well, these pages were always going to be published, so why did the Telegraph need to get hold of the leaked documents and publish them? Of course, what the Telegraph did was get hold of the addresses as well. And Nick Robinson was saying today that I've got 4 names here: Andrew Mackay, Margaret Moran, Sir Peter Vickers and Hazel Blears. They could still be in a job if the Telegraph hadn't got hold of the addresses, because that's how they found out that they were flipping homes, etc. So I think the Telegraph have actually done a decent democratic duty there.
Okay, final question for you two.
Here we are.
Dewi Tree for the win. Dewi died to pull it back. Name the person who controls debates in the Scottish Parliament. Is it the Speaker, the Chairperson, the Judge, or the Presiding Officer? Judge, Speaker, Presiding Officer, or Chairperson?
Presiding Officer.
Presiding Officer for Dewi Tree.
Chairperson.
Chairperson for Dewi Dai. Drum roll, someone.
Hold on, I've got 2 pens.
Dewi Tree takes it
Oh my God.
for the second week in a row. Dewi, look at that face.
I'm not coming next week.
Look how disappointed he is. Look how disappointed he is.
Thank you very much.
Well, that's pretty much all from us for this week. Do you want to say goodbye to the millions of viewers at home?
Goodbye, diolch yn fawr. See you next week.
Diolch yn fawr am wylio Politics Cymru eto. Thank you very much for watching Politics Cymru's second video podcast. Thanks again for Gwdihŵ for allowing us to film. We'll be back with you next Thursday in a different location, somewhere in Cardiff. Keep sending in your messages and your comments and your Twitters. And, well, see you next week. Tease on you. Off you go.